Most tourists don't even know this hotel exists. It's had 3 different names, 6 different owners, survived a deadly arson fire, housed Elvis Presley for 7 years, and was once the largest hotel on earth. The Sportsbook is bigger than most hotel casinos. The showroom hosted 837 sold-out Elvis concerts. The Steakhouse is rated #1 in all of Las Vegas, but you won't find it on the Strip. I'm going to give you a complete insider tour of Westgate here in Las Vegas, the most legendary hotel that Vegas forgot about. I'm Party Plan Brian. I book 75 to 100 groups every single weekend out here in Las Vegas. I'm going to take you for a full property tour, a full room review, and show you everything this fantastic property has to offer. If you're coming out to Vegas, make sure you text me at 702-883-3006. I'm happy to help you out, map out your Las Vegas game plan. Let's go in and check this place out. All right, so behind me, this was the check-in area, and there's no mobile check-ins, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's all manual process. You have to go out there and talk to the people. Didn't take long. There was a bunch of a line. I waited maybe 5 minutes, then I got up for front, had our tickets really quick. The girl that was working there, by the way, was incredibly fast with the computer. I've never seen anybody type that fast in my life, but pretty impressive there. One thing you got to watch out for in this place, I do believe the new owner is a timeshare guy from Orlando. I'm pretty sure I did read that in the history. And everywhere you go, you're going to find these Westgate, like timeshare places. There's one here by the guest services. You see the people kind of standing out here, and there's one over there as we came walking in from the parking lot. They try to get you to do those timeshares by giving you some free show tickets and stuff. So just be warned, if you don't want to be pressured into some, you don't want to buy a timeshare, just stay away from those encounters, if you will. My girlfriend and I already were like, no, we're not interested. We don't want the free show tickets, and we're not interested in the timeshare. So that's for sure. Just keep that in mind when you come to the Westgate. That's going to be a kind of a reoccurring theme here in this property. All right, so we just dropped off the stuff here in the room. So we're going to go downstairs and check out the casino, give you guys a full property tour. Now, I did notice as we were walking in, there was a roulette table and it was a 000. So gamblers beware. Do not play 000 roulette. There's plenty of 00s around, and there is some single 0 roulette tables around as well. So you might want to try to find one of those if you're going to be gambling enough. There's usually a higher minimum on those, so just be expecting to see that 000. Just avoid that if you guys can. Now, this casino does have around 700 to 800 slots, depending on what they have positioned down there. And there's only about 40 table games, 95,000 square feet. It's not the biggest casino out there, but it's pretty nice. I mean, they have like Crystal. There's a lot of action. That bar in the front, the International Bar, was pretty popping earlier today, even though it wasn't like a sporting event or anything. There was a lot of people there, so let's go in and check this place out. All right, so we did go ahead and execute the free play. We get 1 free spin each when we got our new player's card. She got $10, I only got $5, but I did execute my $5, and then I put 100 in, and I just got the pinball. So I get 5 shots, and I did have 3 credits in there, and so I'm gonna see how we do here, and maybe we'll get a little win at the Westgate. Let's go. Dave, go ahead and spin the pinballs. All right, let's take a look here. All right, 15, let's go, come on. I get 5 spins. All right, 25, let's go. Started with 100, so we'll have to see where we end up. We'll probably cash out of this, might pay for our dinner. So we got another, what, 15, babe? Come on. 25, all right, let's go, let's go. Last spin, let's try to get one of those 200s, Dave. Or actually 80 would be good. Yeah, 60, there we go, there we go. All right, what are we at? So I started with 100, and now we're gonna have about 200. So we're gonna cash out. This is gonna cover a lot of our dinner. All right, let's go. All right, so it is a little bit of a process to get your parking validated around here. So I just found out the process, so I'll figure I'd tell you guys about it. Anyway, I did get a tier status match, so I did become a diamond member, which is our highest tier for the WOW rewards. And they were able to validate my parking, so I had to come up here. I basically had to like scan everything, act like I was gonna pay, and then he gives me like a barcode inside with diamond check-in, which is right next to the main check-in. And he gives you a little barcode to scan. You scan that, and basically you check out for 0. So I did get free parking. Put your license plate number, and you actually have to put your credit card and everything, even though you're not getting charged. A little bit of a process, but it does work. And I'm gonna get the free parking, so I'm pretty happy about that. Saved, I think it's like $10.99 a day. I'm definitely here more than 3 hours, so we get like complimentary parking for the first 3 hours, but I'm here already more than 3 hours, so it is what it is. But I did manage to get free parking, so that's a good thing. So from the main valet, you can walk it in. You got a nice little Elvis sign here, right there to my left there. Big Elvis sign, take a picture. And then there's like a little Elvis, kind of memorabilia thing over here, which is kind of cool. We were checking that out. and I'll run some B-roll of that. And then this is called the International Bar. Right when you walk in, it's kind of a lounge bar. They do have it set up for like a band over here, so I'm gonna imagine later in the night they're gonna have some sort of like live music, which is kind of cool. Get the vibe going when you walk in. And yeah, it's actually pretty busy right now. It is Sunday. There's no football going on, but surprisingly, there's a lot of people at the bar chilling. Little video poker machines as well. And let's go in and check this casino out. So I'm standing here under a very cool tree with lights, white, and I'm in the middle of Benihana's, which is the Zen Lounge right here next to the casino when you walk into the right. This place is super cool. They have like kind of looks like an Asian house feel in here. I see private rooms up on the top, kind of a sunken middle over there with a really cool tree. Kind of see it going off in the background. Anyway, Benihana's is a very famous place. Steve Aoki's father, I believe, was the creator of this place. I've been to several all around the world, Florida, recently in, I don't think it was like Collindale Beach or somewhere down there, Aventura. But this one I have not been to. We might check this place out later tonight. We'll see. I do typically like the food here at these Benihana's. I don't really see too many places where they cook the food in front of you here. That was kind of always a famous thing they do at Benihana's, but I'm sure they have it here somewhere, so maybe we'll try to find that later. So just past the Benihana's, the Japanese restaurant, we do have a Dragon Boba. Okay, this place is a dirty soda and Dragon Boba place. Pretty cool. I like the decor. It isn't open right now, but right next to that, across the way, is going to be your Fresco Italian. And this place is open. It's not that busy yet right now. It's only like 5:15 in the afternoon. The Edge Steakhouse, which is rated one of the #1 steakhouses in all Las Vegas, is right there as well. Not open on Sunday, so that's not an option for us tonight because it is a Sunday night. Just says Thursday through Saturday, which I was kind of surprised with. But I did take some B-roll of the dry aging meat, which I thought was pretty cool. And then just past that's going to be all your convention center space. All right, so over to the right when you walk past the Edge Steakhouse and the Italian restaurant Fresco and Benihana's, you're going to find the convention center area. I'll run some B-roll that is open right now. Looks like they're breaking something down, but it's massive here. 245,000 square feet, 42 rooms. Definitely help you guys out if you're looking for some conventions or events you want to host here. This is a hotel that I do work with, IATA certified travel agent, so I can book room blocks here, get convention space, breakout rooms, etc. Definitely can help you guys out. So make sure you hit me up at 702-883-3006. I'm happy to get those reservations set for you guys, help plan your big corporate event. So I'm standing here at the entrance to the Cabaret at the Westgate. This place holds about 400 people, and they have shows like The Soul of Motown and The King. Obviously, a tribute to Elvis Presley. And then they also have Jen Kramer Magic. Okay, so if you're interested in any of those shows, this is where you'll find them here at the Cabaret. So I'm standing here at the entrance to the International Theater, the world famous International Theater, where Elvis Presley played 867 consecutive shows. Barry Manilow has a lifetime residency here. This place has history written all over it. So we made it back to the back of the casino where the high limit lounge is. You're gonna have some blackjack and some baccarat tables here, higher limits, etc. Not open right now, but there's a lot of cool slot machines back here for the high limits. Most of the start at like $5 and up. I did notice top dollar, and I did notice a pinball, and definitely some fun machines back here. Don't know if I'm gonna play too much today, we'll see, but definitely a good spot to come check out if you're into high limit gaming. So I just signed up for the WoW Players Club, and this is one of the few places that actually does a tier match. I was pretty impressed. My MGM Platinum card got me up to the Diamond status here already. Some nice perks. We get an opportunity to get some free play, either 5 to 5,000. It's like a wheel spin. You play a little more, you get another wheel spin. You play a little more, you get a third, and up to a fourth wheel spin. I don't know if I'm gonna get up to that fourth wheel spin today, but maybe the second one if I'm lucky. And then one of the nice other perks I noticed here was the $25 off the restaurants in here, or 25% off. So we're gonna be at a Benihana's later. We made reservations for 7 p.m. And I was really excited to see that we're gonna get about probably, there's gonna be at least probably a $200 meal. So we'll probably end up getting about 50 bucks off. So that's worth it right there. So if you do have a pretty decent player's card, make sure you come over here to the Westgate, take advantage of that tier match. She did mention there's a probationary period that you might drop down, but it's good for 3 months, so might as well take advantage of that. So I'm standing here at the world's largest sportsbook inside the Westgate. This place is super cool. Definitely one of the highlights of this property. Let's talk about some of the benefits or features, if you will, of this place. There is a clubhouse right over here, which is kind of more like private viewing, if you will. I'm gonna guess for certain high-end guests. I did go check that out. It's pretty cool, little private viewing area. So then there's like some really cool like booths here with like, basically like club style seating, and then, actual chairs for sports books, and then comfy chairs all throughout. This place is totally massive. There's also a, big bar behind me with gaming, and then there's a food court right behind me, and then there's a pretty large poker room over there. It's not the biggest I've ever seen, but it's decent size. So poker players, it was pretty busy in there, it looked like. This place has 350 seats, and it's also 30,000 square feet, so it's massive. A total of 28 giant screens with 60 viewing monitors. And the LEDs are all in 4K with 4,250 feet of digital space. All I have to say is it's awesome. Definitely come check out a game here. All right, so this is Sid's. This is gonna be like a brunch place, also like a breakfast, family diner type of place. Very upscale, very nice looking place. I did notice they have like a prime rib French dip, it looked like. And I think it came with fries, and it did include a soft drink or a beer for like $17.99. So not bad, not a bad value here if you guys want to get a nice sandwich, some fries, and a drink. You can get that here at Sid's. So you're gonna walk into the casino to the left, there's gonna be another lounge. There's kind of a center bar one, which was the International Lounge, I believe, and this is called the Velvet Lounge over here on the left. Hence the velvet backs to the seats. Small little lounge, some gaming, little area to hang out either by the bar or kind of facing the casino, which is kind of cool. But a nice little lounge, plenty of places to grab a drink around here if you want to, including the massive Sportsbook we were just in. And we did win a little pinball over there, so that was pretty exciting. Anyway, this is a nice little lounge if you want to have a drink. So I'm standing up here on a third level of the Westgate. This is the pool level, and the fitness center and the spa is all out here. And you can see kind of my proximity here. Those are Turnberry Towers right there, really high-end real estate. A nice condo establishment. That's going to be the Fontainebleau there with the Live on the top there. You can see Resorts World, Encore. So as far as like proximity to everything, you know, we're right here, you know, behind the Sahara, basically same, you know, east-west of the Fontainebleau, just a little bit off the strip, about a block. It's really not that far. The convention center basically borders this place. So this is a perfect place for the Las Vegas Convention Center. Now up here on the pool deck, you're going to see like some cabanas in the background here. Very nice pool deck. It doesn't have any water in it right now. They did tell me it doesn't open up till April, which I was kind of surprised about. And one thing I was kind of disappointed in the fitness center, I came out here at 6:05, and 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. this place is only open, the fitness center. Now I did peek inside, and it does look like they have ample equipment in there. They have tons of treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, nice equipment, newer, very nice, modern looking fitness center. It looked like you get a fantastic workout in there. I did see some dumbbells, some stretch balls, all that stuff. So everything you need is in there. Big problem though, you gotta get up there by 6 p.m. or forget about it. It's gonna be locked. It is what it is. But overall, it's actually a really nice area up here. I was actually pretty impressed. I wasn't expecting it to be this nice. I've never been up here on the pool deck at the Westgate, and the pool area, cabanas and stuff, cabana bar up there, very nice. It's not that big, but it's very upscale, very nice. Fitness center, very upscale, very nice, pretty big. Spa looks very nice. This whole area up here is kind of chill. You just want to come up here, catch some breeze, if you will. Hopefully it's not too windy, and it's nice and chill up here. So definitely come check it out if you're staying at the Westgate. All right, so when you walk in from the parking garage on the north side, right when you walk in on the left-hand side, you're gonna find a local Bueno taco here. There's not a lot of like quick fast food, grab and go type options here, but this is one of them. You just gotta walk a little bit from the casino toward the north parking garage. You can grab a taco down here, quick and easy. Not that many options for that, but it's perfect. A nice place over here that I think is gonna be pretty good food. I haven't eaten here, but expecting it to be pretty darn good. So I am down in the east wing. There's not much going on down here. A lot of there's a lounge, basically called the Westgate Lounge. Looks like some more desks. I see plenty of desks set up for your timeshare, high pressure sales. So make sure you stay away from that if you're not interested in that. Probably get some free show tickets if you want to deal with it. But they are pre-pressure out here in Las Vegas. I had a buddy that used to work for the timeshare people, and he used to make a lot of money selling timeshares to people, but then you hear all the horror stories of people trying to get rid of them and sell them and stuff. So just keep that in mind. Do a little research before you get into one of those high-pressure situations. All right, just past the check-in, you're going to find a Viva Coffee and Espresso shop. Now, I did not see an actual Starbucks here, but they do serve Starbucks coffee here. So kind of the same thing. But you'll find that right past the check-in on the left when you walk in the main. And there's also an essential store right here. I mean, it looks like they have a whole liquor section here in this essential store. If you want to get some liquor for the room, etc., you can find that here. All right, so down the Promenade over to the north parking garage, we'll find several options here. There is a pretty cool arcade for gaming kids. I did notice some fun stuff like the claw machines and stuff over here. There is one of these Carlo bake shops here. From what I understand, these things aren't too fresh, so maybe stay away from that. Toy lane box, and then down here you're gonna have a tattoo shop, and then I did see a vinyl record store, which I thought was kind of neat down here, and also a Evo Gadgets place. So a little bit of shopping here, not a big shopping destination, if you will, at the Westgate, but there is some fun stuff to check out. So also on the north parking garage Promenade, there's a side shop. You'll find a crystal shell. So it's like an essential store. And if you get lucky enough to go into the one door where the old Star Trek experience is, they use that for the timeshare pressure sales, if you know what I mean. I will run a little B-roll. I did get a little footage of there. I happened to see a door that was open, and I went in there for a second. The guy walked us out, but it was actually pretty cool. You could see the old Star Trek experience in there, and they still have it all set up, but they're using that for the timeshare deals, if you will. All right, so we just got a nice dinner here at the Hibachi upstairs at the Benihana inside the Westgate. And this place is really cool. It's kind of like several venues in one. So they got the Zen Lounge up front, okay? I'm kind of standing in like the garden here of Japan. It's really cool. And then there's a Riki Kiki Sushi, okay? And then back here they have like a bar sake, okay? So it's a sushi bar, like a sake sushi bar, it looks like back there. And then upstairs there's several hibachi rooms. There's a big private one. There's a hibachi room in the back. This place is massive. I didn't expect it to be this big. And it doesn't like look that crowded from the front, but then when you get in the back, there's a ton of people in here. So it's actually really a pretty big operation. You don't see the full operation from the front. So once you get in, you can really see, you know, what's going on back here. So we had a great meal. The total meal, we each had the trio, which was the steak, the filet mignon, chicken, and then shrimp. And then, you know, you buy the whole combo. It comes with the big fried rice, the soup, the salad, a little bit of ice cream for dessert. We're about $200, basically $100 a person. And then I did get a 30 or 25% discount with my player's card. So with tip and everything after the discount, I was like at $220. So not bad. It would have been more like probably $260 with the tip and everything without that discount. So pretty good value. I did enjoy the meal. It was good food. And the guy was pretty good, the chef we had. And overall, I was really pleased with the selection. Let's go upstairs and we're gonna do that full room review right now. Let's go check it out. All right, so we are in the Westgate room. This is the central tower. And I'm gonna give you guys a full room review here. Actually, not too bad, okay? This is a nice blackout curtain behind me. We just closed that because we could see our reflections, but the view is, it's dark right now, but when the view is like able to see, we're able to see the Las Vegas Country Club from here. We face the east. So, you know, there's east and west here, but the way this room is kind of laid out, I think it's kind of unique. It's not like, nothing's like square in here. There's always like a little bit of an angle. It's kind of like everywhere you go, it's kind of like got a little bit of an angle with just the way the hotel is designed from the outside. You can see that. But one thing I do like about this regular king, when I booked it, by the way, it was a run of house room and it was like 25 bucks. The resort fee was $57. So I'm running around 80 bucks all in, maybe a little bit more. And you know, this regular king room, I didn't know what I was going to get, but this is what I got, and I was pretty happy with that. It is a nice leather couch in here, enough room to sit 3 people, and regular room with a couch is actually pretty nice. It's kind of, it makes you like a suite feel, and it's a pretty large room, so it's actually not bad as far as the size go. Let's go in and check it all out. Over here, we have a pretty nice looking kind of designer lamp, if you will. It's actually really nice. You know, it's got a little foot thing to turn it on off, and yeah, it gives it a nice little bit of a decor. And let's go over here, and of course, given the fact that the International Theater here and Elvis had 867 consecutive sold out shows here, a picture of Elvis Presley in the room, which is actually pretty cool. I like that a lot. And over here next to the bed, have a bed stand, matching lamps on both bed stands into the corner, which I like, and it's a nice designer looking lamp. It looks cool. 3 plugs, USB 2 and 3 here, so very nice that they've kept up with that, modern amenities. Just a regular drawer, no ball bearing drawer, but a decent looking bed stand. It's not beat up at all. Let's take a look at the bed. We have the kind of a leather padded headboard, which is nice. It's just mounted to the wall. Good enough. You know, I wasn't super impressed with the way the bed looked. It looks like it's just on like a frame, and the frame is just covered with like this, you know, cover, but it doesn't even cover the frame, which is kind of cheap in my opinion. They should have kind of something around the bed on the bottom. I think it would look better. But the floor itself, the rug is nice. It's very modern print and it's clean. It smells nice in here. I would say overall I was happy with the carpet, but the bed kind of made the room look a little bit cheaper, in my opinion, just the lower part of the bed. But let's feel the pillows. Actually pretty nice, soft, fairly firm. No lumps or anything, pretty nice. I'm actually impressed with the pillows here. And let's feel. So the mattress is solid. This place was renovated in 2015. I think around a $200 million renovation. So it is probably going on 10 years now, a little bit over 10 years, minus the COVID year, so maybe call it 9 years. But overall, the mattress is pretty good. It's firm, not too soft, not too hard. I can get a good night's sleep here. So let's go over here to the other bedstand. So on the other bedstand, just another nice decorative lamp, matching that lamp and the tall corner one, which I like. And no ball bearing drawer, but it's decent drawer. It's not beat up. Looks nice. Nice picture here on the wall as well. Little decor. I did notice they have a crown molding up here, which is kind of nice. Now it has been repainted. You can see a little bit of paint on the crown molding. It's not terrible. And then the molding on the bottom is painted. It's like a textured wall. That's what I have in my house. Kind of nice. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst either. It kind of looks okay to me. All right, let's go over to the center by the TV console. So this is the center area here. We did have a nice big TV. Flat screen, newer, it's thin. This is probably a 55, 60-inch TV. It's very nice. Looks good to me. And we did have a lot of storage space here. Dresser is a big dresser. It's not the highest of quality, but it's good enough. No ball bearing drawers. Everything's working though, which is good. And plenty of fun room to put your clothes. No broken drawer or anything. We have a little storage next to the fridge, and the fridge does have working condition, and you can put your own stuff in there, which is nice. A lot of the budget properties do have that nice working fridge, and this is one of them. This is kind of like a cheaper wood, I feel like, black painted. This is like a nice granite, so this bar is like really nice. It's like well built, nice granite top. I think this is wood below it, but the granite top was kind of nice. Now, one thing I did notice about this room is there's no desk, so if you want to get some work done, you're kind of out of luck, unless you want to do it in the bed. There's no chair to really sit on. You could sit on the couch, I guess, but there's no like desk chair, no place to work, no workstation. So if you're coming here for work, convention center is right next door. Probably a lot of people coming here for work, and there's no place to, do work, which is kind of weird. All right, let's go into the walkway here and then check out the bathroom. Check out this walkway. This is how wide it is. Like I said, this room is kind of like, it's not like the square rooms you'd see at a typical hotel. Everything's kind of like got a weird angle to it because it is like a weird angle hotel when you look at it from the outside. And I do have a picture here of Muhammad Ali and a nice full length mirror, a big one, really wide, really tall, perfect for seeing yourself before you go out on the night on town. But it's so weird having this much like wide space because it makes the room feel a lot bigger. All right, let's go ahead and look at the little bathroom right here. And again, everything is like curved. This is like curved sort of right here. So it's kind of weird. It's just the way it's laid out. Anyway, you got a big closet and it's not square. It's wider on this end and narrower on this end. You do have a safe and you do have a luggage rack, ironing board, iron up there, a little extra bedding, a few hangers, decent sized closet. We're good there. And then the bathroom is, I like how they have the toilet and the shower separate from the vanity. So if, one person's getting ready, one person's showering, they're not going to steam up the mirror, which is kind of nice. Do have a nice light fixture on top, bright enough in here. Granite. This looks like a little older school type of granite. This is what I had in my house. I built my house remodel was in 2012, and I had almost something exactly like that. So, that's 15 years ago. Little storage underneath there where the sink is, toilet paper, towels, garbage can, shaving mirrors. Looks like there's a little light or something on here as well. Yeah, you get a little shaving light, which is kind of nice. Kind of cool. Not every place comes with that. Soap, lotion. Let's go in and check out the bathroom. All right, so in the bathroom, sticking with the theme of not being square, everything's kind of like on weird angles. You got a nice toilet here. Everything looks clean. I like the tile floor. It is kind of more of like a marble tile. I don't know if it's actual marble, but it looks a little bit higher end. It's not bad. Let's take a look at the shower. Close this door. Like you said, close the door. Close the door. And then you have like your shower, just a standard tub. It's nothing special. You gotta be careful of these tubs. When you step in these, sometimes they get a little slippery with those round corners. I've actually busted my shin on one of those pretty severely. I had to go to the hospital and everything. So be careful on those tubs. It does have this curved hanger up here to give the shower like a bigger feel. But it is just a curtain. It's not like a glass door or anything. It's okay. Like I said, this is more like a tile. I don't think it's like marble. It looks marble, but it's like actually a tile. This is kind of weird here. Yeah, this is just hanging off. I don't know why they didn't just push that back. A little corrosion on the shower head. Let's check the water pressure. That's pretty good on the water pressure. Let's see how fast we get it warm. So there's a little bit of time involved there. That's not terrible. You would have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. Those are like the trail kind that you can take with you, which is kind of nice. You don't end up using them. You might eat them down the road. Bring them along. All right, so that is the full room review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. There is one other thing I wanted to mention. There's a door here connecting. So if you do book some rooms here and you want to get connecting rooms, you know, 2 of these rooms together kind of feel like a suite with the couches and stuff. So actually not a bad setup for, you know, like a bachelorette party. If you wanted to get connecting rooms, you don't see that at all the hotels these days. So that's kind of nice. So I'm going to go downstairs and give you guys the pros and cons, and then we're going to close this thing out. All right, let's go over the pros and cons. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my full property tour. Do me a favor, before we go over the pros and cons, do me a favor, like this video, do subscribe to this channel for more, bang the notifications bell, text me at 702-883-3006. If you guys have any questions or you want to map out your Las Vegas game plan, I'm here to help. Make sure you download that Party Plan app to, you know, plan your whole vacation, put your full itinerary in there. Anywhere you're going in the world, you can keep track of your expenses, communicate with your group. It's a really handy tool. It's completely free to use. Make sure you check that out. And of course, check the accommodation rates on the Party Plan app. We always have really good rates for any of your travels. All right, so the pros, this place has a serious historical significance. Okay, Elvis, you know, 837 sold out consecutive shows here. Pretty awesome. Barry Manilow now has a lifetime residency here, which is pretty cool. He was a star back in 2018, and I think he's actually eclipsed now Elvis in terms of the amount of shows. So if you're, you know, that generation, you like Barry Manilow, this is probably going to be the spot for you before, you know, that generation actually passes. So it is what it is. It should be pretty good. So if you're a Barry Manilow fan and you want to come out here and see him, this is going to be your last chance to ever do it, because he's not going to perform anywhere else. He's going to be here for the balance of his career. All right, another pro is obviously the location. If you're coming here for a convention, because you're right next to the convention center, you're also at a monorail stop here. It's kind of the one that's kind of off the beaten path. The only really monorail stop off the strip here. That's the Westgate. And you're also going to have the loop here now with the Tesla. And I believe that's going to connect to the airport, and to be able to get to the airport here real quickly underground and not have to deal with any traffic. So that's pretty cool. A couple other pros here. This does have one of the #1 rated steakhouses in Las Vegas, the Edge Steakhouse, which is pretty cool. It is off strip, and some people like the off strip chaos. They like to stay a little bit away from the busyness of the strip, if you will, and you can definitely find that here. They did a $200 million redo in this place in 2015, so it's fairly updated, but it's, you know, now it's, you know, we're going on 11 years now. That's usually about the time that Vegas typically does a remodel on their, you know, big hotels and whatnot. About 10 to 12 years is usually the window when they've started to need a refresh. So I wouldn't be surprised at some point they start another renovation process over here, keep this place fresh, keep it going. So we're kind of on the tail end of that, but it is, you know, it's not like 90s like the Rio or some of the other hotels we've been in recently. So it's definitely a little bit more upscale than that. Now let's talk about some of the cons. It is a little bit of dated. You know, this place has got the history, the nostalgia. They kind of keep that going because a lot of the clientele does like that. But if you're looking for a new modern experience, then you're probably not going to want to stay here. It is a little bit smaller of a casino as well. That's another con. Some of the big strip casinos are over 100,000 square feet. This is just under 100,000 square feet. So it is what it is. It's still pretty good. It does feel a little cramped in there to me. The ceilings are a little bit lower. And, you know, it's not that newer, modern, like high ceiling, you know, really, you know, trendy looking casino, if you will. It is a little bit older style, and it is, you know, gives you that old nostalgic Las Vegas feel. So that's actually not too bad in my opinion, but it could be a con for a lot of people. They also have kind of a weak reward system. You know, if you go to MGM, you can use, you know, the MGM rewards at any of their properties. They have a massive amount of rooms and properties here. Same thing with Caesars, massive amount of rooms and properties. Here, you're kind of pigeonholed into one, you know, hotel. So it is what it is. If you're going to come here and stay here a lot, then the rewards might make sense. But if you're planning on coming to Vegas a lot, hitting a lot of the other properties, this isn't really going to be that good for you because it's, you know, only for here. It is what it is. They also kind of have limited shopping here. There is some shopping, but it's not like a mall type environment. If you want to do better shopping, you're going to have to go to the strip. You can just hop on the monorail. You can always hit the Forum shops. You have the Miracle Mile shops at the Planet Hollywood, all fairly close proximity to the monorail. So if you're going to do some shopping, you want to do shopping, you're probably not going to want to do that here. That is kind of a negative. It does have a little bit of a smaller pool area as well. It's not considered one of the top resort pools in town. It is what it is. And I did talk to the girl at the front desk, and she said the pool doesn't open until April, which I was kind of surprised. Most of the Caesars properties are opening them right now. This is the 1st of March. And generally around March 1st, maybe middle of March till the middle of October, that's when the pools are open. But unfortunately, this place doesn't even open up until April, she said. So a little bit of a negative there for sure. This place also struggles a little bit with their identity. It's kind of like an in-between, kind of going after the locals vibe, but it's also kind of going after the tourist vibe. So it doesn't really have like that identity. It's not like a locals casino, and it's not really like a tourist casino. So it's kind of an identity issue. I found that to be a little bit of a problem at some of these properties like the Rio, for example, or the Palms, or even the M Resorts. That's going to be more like a locals place than this place, in my opinion. But like a Durango casino or a Red Rock, those are definitely locals places. You would go there as a local because you want to hang out up there, with other locals. So that's why the people go there. The Virgin Hotel does struggle with that too. I just did a review on that as well. And they kind of have that same identity problem as you'll find here. All right, so that's the pros and cons. I hope you guys enjoyed my vlog. Make sure you like that video. I would appreciate that. Do subscribe to this channel for more and bang the notifications bell. I'm going to try to put out a hotel vlog every single week if I can. It gets a little bit busy for me in the summer months. And make sure you text me 702-883-3006. I'm here to help you guys and help map out your Las Vegas game plan, get you guys a great deal on different stuff around the city. And I can definitely help you out with your accommodations and whatnot. And I'm here to help.